Good morning to all and all. So let me throw a light on the major differences between US GAAP and IFRS. US GAAP stands for Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. IFRS stands for International Financial Reporting Standard. So next one is the meaning of US GAAP. So it is a set of accounting guidelines. So that is needed by the companies operating in USA to prepare the financial reports as per that standard. So IFRS stands for International Financial Reporting Standard. So it is a universal accounting language mainly used by the MNC company while they are preparing the financial report or when they are reporting the financial statements of the company. Then the coverage of US GAAP. So more than 120 countries in the globe, more than 120 countries in the globe. So they have adopted IFRS standards for preparing the financial report for presenting the financial report. But US GAAP is exclusively used by the companies operating in USA. Then your US GAPS standards were developed by FASB, so that is Financial Accounting Standard Board, but IFRS standards were developed by International Accounting Standard Board. Then US GAAP it is mainly based upon the rules based, okay, because so rules are mainly used for preparing the financial statements of the company. So IFRS it is mainly based upon the principles. Okay, so when you talk about the rules, you don't have that much flexibility, but when you talk about the principles, the companies will have the flexibility and the company will have more scope for preparing the financial statements by the company. Then inventory valuation model used in the US GAAP. So US GAAP follows first in, first out, lost in, first out, and weighted average method. But IFRS follows only first in, first out, and weighted average method. So in the US GAAP, the extraordinary items are not shown under the financial statements of the company, but in the IFRS, all the extraordinary items are not segregated in the income statement. Then the development cost, then whatever the expenses so incurred for developing the company, so that can be considered as an expenses under the US GAAP. But here, so whatever the expenses made by the company for its development and growth, so that can be capitalized for raising funds in the future as per the IFRS standard. Then the reversal of inventory. So whenever you are valuing the inventory, then okay, so you can rewrite the inventory, the value of the inventory. So as per the market conditions. So that is completely prohibited in the case of US GAAP, but IFRS so takes into consideration the market value of the inventory each and every time. Just you can revalue the inventory as per the market conditions. So based upon that, inventory can be priced and valued over the period of time. And the intangible assets measured under GAAP or recognized at the fair market value, nothing more. Okay, because all intangible assets so presented in the financial statements prepared as per the US GAAP. So all are reviewed and valued at the fair market prices. But in the case of IFRS, okay, in the case of IFRS, the intangible assets which are used for any development purposes are the intangible assets such as research and development, any advertising cost so incurred for the intangible assets, so that can be capitalized, and the true economic value associated with the intangible assets, so that can be benefited by the company in the future. So the next one is called the income statements. So under the cap, the extraordinary items are separated and shown below the net income portion of the income statement. But under the IFRS standards, so there is no extraordinary or unusual items are included in the income statements, so which are not segregated. Then the classification of liabilities, so as per the US GAAP, the liabilities are classified into two categories. One is called the current liabilities, where the company is expecting to settle a debt within the 12 months. Another one is called non-current liabilities, where the debts are expected to be settled so more than 12 months. But with IFRS standards, there is no differences between the current liabilities and non-current liabilities, and all are called as non-current liabilities as per the IFRS standard. Then the fixed assets, when it comes to fixed assets, so you have to value, okay, so you have to value the fixed assets like property, furniture, equipment. So companies are using US accounting standard must value all the fixed assets based upon the cost model, because here the cost will be taken into consideration for valuing all the fixed assets such as property, furniture, and equipment. But with respect to IFRS, so IFRS is using the different model for valuing and pricing the fixed assets. So that model is called the revaluation model. So it is based upon the fair market value. So they are going to the companies which are adopting the IFRS standards. So they are going to value the fixed assets at the fair market value. Then the quality characteristics for the US GAAP and IFRS standards are similar, but US GAPs so relies on relevance, reliability, comparability, and understandability. So whenever they are making the financial statements, that financial statement can be used by the internal and external stakeholders of the business for making any important economic decisions in the company. But IFRS also follows the same quality characteristics such as relevance, reliability, comparability, and understandability when they are compiling the financial statements, when they are preparing the financial statements, when they are making any economic decisions based upon the financial statements prepared as per IFRS standards. Thank you. One and all.